Yo, what is poppin', guys? We are here with a battle a lot of people probably looked forward to. It's time for myself versus Gypsy King, a great friend of mine, an amazing battler, like a dude I really look up to, and in my opinion, definitely a top three player in the format. Like, absolutely amazing player. Like, he does so well this season. He started off 7 and 0. I'm struggling a little bit after a bad start. I started 0 2 and now I'm 4 and 3. So more important game for me than for him. He basically has playoff clinched already. I think. I think he needs to win one more to clinch playoffs, which is really crazy. So I'm trying to prevent him from doing so. Um, really, like I was really looking forward to this match until I started my prep because his team is just obnoxious to prep for. Like he has so many threats that either like shut down every of my mons or do like crazy damage to stuff on my roster. Like for example, Lando T just gets a kill whenever it comes in. Like offensive Lando with the Z Crystal maybe um, potentially Okos everything on my squad with the Earthquake besides my two levitating mons, Mesprit and Miss Magus, both of which don't appreciate knockoffs or U-turns respectively. Um, also has like Tapu Lele, the god. I didn't really expect it to come because I have a Snorlax, I have an Excadrill, I have a Tapu Fini, I have some like soft checks and Roserade if I'm scarfed or anything. But I also have an Arcanine which can take the fairy moves fairly well. But I really underestimated what kind of damage it could do to my squad. I just felt like Gypsy wouldn't bring it versus me for some reason. Obviously, I still built a squad that I felt could match up versus any six he wanted to bring. But I definitely was a little under prep for Tapu Lele, as you will see during the match. But definitely like a super fun game. I'm not gonna spoil the outcome, obviously. I was like, we played like 4 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago. Like when I woke up, like it was tough to schedule because he's like 10 hours ahead of me, so we had to battle like my morning and his evening. But it worked out just fine. Very fun match to start off the day. And yeah, let's hop into team preview for me. Like I bring a Spadef Mesprit with Stealth Rock, U-turn, Knockoff, and Magic Code. It's basically the only mon on my team that is defensive or like mostly defensive. I build more of a hyper offensive squad, you could say, but not hyper offensive in the case that like that I'm gonna outspeed everything, but I just have a bunch of hard hitters on my squad. Mesprit with the Magic Code, he has the fourth move because I was kind of afraid of Shackle. I had Heliolisk over Tapu Fini in the last spot. For quite some while, I had Curum here in the spot, but I decided to like run Fini to have default because I was kind of afraid of him stacking me with spikes from Quillfish and like webs plus rocks from Shackle. And should I be able to magic code sticky webs back on his side, that would have been huge. Like with sticky webs up, Conkelda just eats his team alive, which is kind of crazy. So I like felt very confident going um, with the magic call. Should have maybe gone for toxic or something to whittle some stuff, but I still felt that um, sticky web was a solid magical was a solid option. Thunder wave was also something I contemplated, but I don't want to be an ass when I play a good friend and like you just go for thunder wave to maybe hex him a little or like get some full paras. Like that's not my style. I hate using thunder wave unless I desperately needed to like slow some stuff down that would otherwise just ticks on my team. I'm very speedy Mesprit. I outspeed an adamant max speed Decidueye, which was a benchmark I wanted to hit to U-turn out on that thing before it can spirit check on me. The rest is in HP and special defense, like just to take hits from the what's it called from the Tapu Lele better. Um, Arcanine is a choice banded variant. He actually doesn't have a good switch in. If I predict him correctly, yes, Quillfish can take like Flablets and close combats really well, but Wild Charge actually is a 2 KO um, even after the Intimidate, which is kind of crazy. Like banded Arcanine, Jolly max speed to speed her with the Lele. It actually like look at the squad. Like his Flablet switch in is are basically Licky Licky and Quillfish, both of which I have coverage for in the close combat and the wild charge. I have the E-speed on the set just in case I need to revenge something, but I obviously won't use it, especially with Tapu Lele around. It's way too risky. Like E-speed, like it does a lot better. It could potentially clean up late game if I remove the Lele, but looks really tough to do. Excadrill has a sub SD set on the air balloon. It's like designed to potentially set up on his more what I call it, like more passive stuff, like Licky Licky and Registeel with the air balloon. Like they can't really break my sub unless Licky Licky runs Fire Blast or something. Knockoff won't break my sub because I'm heavily invested in the field. Like Seismic Toss on the Registeel, which you see didn't bring. He can't really break it either. So I could potentially set up on that thing. Just as well as a non-water step Quillfish. Like if I wasn't sure what kind of Quillfish to expect, but I felt like he had to have waterfall or something for my Excadrill. But yeah, could have like potentially this thing could set up and sweep if I like remove the Lando or the Cobalion before like going to work with it. But definitely a mon that couldn't put in quite some work, especially if I make some hard read. Conkeldurr here, Life Orb, Sheer Force, Max Attack. I'm very speedy to. I don't know what I wanted to outspeed, but like I had like 90 speed. I think it was like 93 speed. I think it was uninvested Decidueye, if I remember correctly. Like that's something I would outspeed. I have the Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Drain Punch, and Mark Punch. Pretty great coverage. I doubt he goes like I doubt he goes like hard Lele on the Drain Punch, and like I can potentially predict around his other threats. Like if I'm in a Quillfish, I can potentially predict Lando to come in. If I'm in on Licky Licky, I can potentially predict a Quillfish and something like that, or the Decidueye. Like it really depends what he wants to bring. Tapu Fini is a default set with Calm Mind, Moonblast, and Hydro Pump. I have enough HP to live a Z Earthquake from Adamant Lando after rocks, but besides that, I'm like invested in special attack and at +1 or +2. I do quite a good chunk to most mons on this team. Like I really want to bring Mono Moonblast, which looking at his squad would have been a very cool play. So I could have like potentially gone for a sub or something or protect on the set, just to scout more, get some more health pick with the leftovers, and potentially beat some stuff 1v1 that I otherwise wouldn't be able to. But I couldn't like miss out on water coverage. And obviously I gotta bring a heat set if you want to beat the Gypsy King. I bring Belly Drum Snorlax to the squad. Really fun set. Belly Drum protects Fire Punch and return with the Yapapa Berry. Fire Punch return, flawless coverage versus his team. I've like enough EVs on Snorlax to kill his entire team after rocks at +6. So I have to protect it just because Z Lando is so scary, or Superpower Lando. I want to scout for that. I want to be able to scout for Scarf or a Band or something. I want to stall out PP potentially on close combat from Cobalion. I want to potentially see what Lele wants to lock himself into. I want to see if I can potentially stall out one turn of Psychic Terrain and shit like that. So that's why I put protect over something like Recycle or Rest on it. But yeah, like Rest Chesterberry with Recycle could have also made sense, but I felt like the Pufferberry was enough. I didn't feel like bringing this in early. I could have. The game plan was to weaken stuff and remove Cobalion early, and then potentially set up on the Licky Licky or the Quillfish or even the Decidueye in order to like sweep late game. But definitely not the easiest game plan to do versus a very tough opponent. Looking at his squad, I really expected offensive Lando, even though like defensive also made sense with Excadrill around as well as the Arcanine. I knew Cobalion was Air Balloon, like that's the only item that makes sense, or like alongside Shuka, like the best item versus me just makes the most sense, and it's a decent switch into Pure and Black if I want to spend like Earth Power, even though like I don't have a reason not to click Ice Beam versus the Squatty Broad, and I felt like Licky Licky was the mon to go into versus Kyurem. Decidueye probably like a defensive set. Didn't really know what to expect from that. Maybe like just like a mon that helps him gaining momentum with the Spirit Check and potentially U-turn or Baton Pass and stuff like that. Quillfish, when I saw it come, I knew it had either spikes or T spikes. Spikes being more likely because Roserade doesn't have a terrible match with him, and I could remove the remove the toxic spikes with that. I know Gypsy loves his spikes, just like I do. Like we both love to set up hazards, and I'm very happy I brought Feeny to defog potential spikes away if I get the chance. Lele, when I saw it, I was like, oh fuck, I didn't really expect it. It was like, maybe it's like not specs or anything because I could easily deal with Scarf in this set, but he actually reveals to be specs later, which is a nuisance to deal with. As you see, like it just 2 kills my entire squad if he clicks the right move, which is kind of annoying. But Excadrill can always take any 2 hits, which is good. So Licky Licky, obviously Wish Passer, and like I felt like Snorlax could do quite some work if I remove the 2 mons in the middle here and keep it healthy in the late game. I felt like Snorlax had a very solid chance of sweeping because it's the king. He preps for everything, but I don't think he really expects me to bring the belly drum to the battle here. So yeah, I lead off with my Mesprit, trying to like catch the Quillfish with the spikes early. Go for the U-turn turn 1, just to I wasn't 100% sure without speed. There's no reason for him to run max speed Jolly. City over my squad. Like I knew I would outspeed. Um, Probably still risky, but like I really did not expect him to be a max speed offensive this video. It doesn't like gain him anything versus my squad where everything basically has base 80 or more speed. So yeah, I go into Arcanine now, can take a Spirit Shackle after the attack. It still does quite a chunk, so he probably knows that I'm uninvested. Like had I been a defensive set, like it probably would have done like 15 to 20 after the Intimidate. So he gets like a solid chunk off, and I can't switch out with the Spirit Shackle, which is kind of annoying. Um, can't pull a double here, which I really would have done. Like had he gone for like a Leaf Blade or something, I would have just gone back into my Mesprit to catch an incoming Quillfish. Here I really want to click Wild Charge to catch this Quillfish on the switch in, but first I didn't think it was too big of a threat with my squad, and second I wanted to see what his initial switch in is. It could very well be a first death Lando or like a Licky Licky that doesn't really expect me to have the close combat. So I really want to see what his initial switch in is. Go for the Flare Blitz here. Um, Not over predicting turn 2, and yes, see what he wants to do. I go for the Flare Blitz. There's absolutely nothing. So this is a max speed, very bulky Quillfish. I was very sure it was Impish, but it wasn't. Like it was like a little, as he told me, like a little speed invested, so it wasn't like max defense, but probably had like at least 200 EVs and Fizz Dev on this thing. Like that just made sense. Um, so here I really expected to set up spikes. Sadly, I can't go into like sadly I'm not with Mesprit in front of him to go for a knockoff or magical stuff away. So I decided to go hard into Conkeldurr. Had I known that this guy didn't run any water attack, this would have been like a great time for Excadrill to set up a sub, but nothing I can do about it. I couldn't know that it spawned, and Conkeldurr just like tanks any hits Quillfish wants to throw at me. I didn't really expect him to go for a Scald with a Conk around. Would have been pretty risky, and I really thought he would set up spikes or T-spikes, and I wanted to get Conk in to get a big hit off. He reads to be Black Touch, gets a lot of health back, and now I know like he wants to stack me. Quillfish is a solid check to Tapu Fini. It's a solid switch into Arcanine. He doesn't want to risk like me going for the Thunder Punch and OHKOing the Quillfish. It's a very solid mon versus some of my mons, and I decide to make the hard read here turn 4 and go for the Ice Punch. Reason why I do is like Ice Punch hits everything besides Quillfish on his roster, and I know he doesn't want to stay in probably. And also the thing is, Gypsy and I, like, we both know each other very well. We talk mons basically every day, and yeah, we both know what kind of plays we want to make. Like, we both try to like put the game in our favor by making the correct switches and like play carefully in the early game before we start to make aggressive predictions. So like I really felt like he was going to switch out, and I want to predict that, get the momentum early on my side, and get maybe a big threat out of the way. Fire off the Ice Punch, he goes into Lando T, the biggest threat to my team besides the Lele probably, and it just drops to the Ice Punch. Like Kong is so strong. -1 Ice Punch just knocks out the Lando. He told me it was a defensive Lando, so I don't know if that was a roll, but probably Ice Punch plus Mark probably would have killed any variant anyway if it was a roll. So that's fine. I get a big threat out of the way. Get some momentum on my side, but so I think. Now comes in the Lele. I can't stay in. Kong is way too important. Now I basically have to choose fodder. I really predicted him to go for the Psychic or Psy Shock. Psy Shock would have been perfect because I decided to go into my Feeny here and like I could have tanked 2 Specs Psy Shocks with the Misty Terrainer, but this man has none of this business. He just fires off the Moonblast, which actually is a 2K on Arcanine as well. I think it does like 45% or something, and I'm already weakened. So Moonblast does 58%, and now I know, fuck, this guy is Timid Specs. And Timid Specs Lele just eats my squad alive. Like, as I said, I didn't really expect that to come in. I probably predicted my Mesprit or my Feeny there. Very good play on this, but I don't mind that Feeny is too low because it can get leftovers back on stuff like the Licky Licky later in the game. It's not like too big of a deal, but yeah, like obviously it sucks. But now I know his specs. I can go into my Excadrill. I'm on a balloon, so I don't take the spike, and I can like potentially revenge kill this thing. I'm Mold Breaker Air Balloon, obviously. Mold Breaker doesn't even give me anything. Muracin, but Sand Rush or Sand Force don't make sense anyway, so. He decides to go into Cobalions. I just fire off the Iron Head here. I want to get damage on this Lele and break a potential Air Balloon. As I said, I knew that thing was Air Balloon. And now he's in here. Because I didn't calc the damage on Lando because it just dropped to an Ice Punch, I assumed it was offensive. So I thought this thing here is probably his Rocker. And looking at this thing, I was like, yeah, what are his plays? He could go for the Close Combat to knock me out. Could go for the Iron Head, predicting me to want to save my Excadrill because it can potentially revenge kill the Tapu Lele from the range I was at. Or I could get up his Rocks. Like, that are basically his plays. I think, like, Close Combat was a pretty safe play, but I already predicted him once, which lost him momentum, so maybe he thought that, like, now it's his time to predict something coming in, going for the Iron Head, or just make a smart play and set up the Rocks, really pressure the Feeny that can't really come in on any attack in order to defog stuff away. And if he gets up Rocks plus a Spike, it could be really, really bad for my team if I don't punish the Cobalion at least for that. So, Close Combat, I have to switch into my Arcanine potentially. I could switch into my Phoenix Egg. I could switch into my Mesprit, which would be a very smart play because like Cobalion can't really touch. He could even go for the Volt Switch predicting that, but it didn't really feel like that was a play. So, and I also have my Belly Drum Snorlax in the back, and I thought like there's a 50% chance he goes for Rocks if he has it, like at least 50%. Like if he has the Rocks, he probably will go for it. And I felt like Iron Head was a play that covers everything I want to switch in, but it wouldn't cover the Excadrill staying in. But I decided to make the hard read. I want to remove the Cobalion here in order for my Snorlax to be able to sweep. With Cobalion gone, Snorlax actually just looks pretty fire versus squad because I can take any one hit. I can take a Poison Jab from Quillfish plus a Spec Psychic from Lele. If I remove the Spike, I can like tank any hit Decidueye and Licky Licky won't throw at me. So I decided I try to play it aggressive, try to remove the Cobalion here and punish him for either going for Rocks or over predicting. So I make the hard read on his Iron Head, which works okay for me. I fire off the Earthquake. So things are looking clean for me. Things are looking clean, but obviously with Lele around, this game is still like wide open. Lele is a fucking threat. I can't really revenge kill it with anything besides potentially Arcanine, which is already weakened. So yeah, it's gonna be like tough to switch in to switch into that. But here I decided to sack my Excadrill, which in hindsight is a bad play because I didn't notice Quillfish didn't have no did have no what's called no water type attack. It was basically a free switch into my extra drill every time it came in, but I didn't know that. I could have set up a sub NSD and like just break down Licky Licky plus the CDI plus later. Had I saved my extra drill here, I potentially could have swept him on his Quillfish switch into Arcanine. So second Exeter was a pretty bad play. I probably should have sacked either Arcanine or Mesprit here, but I'm playing it safe. He goes for the Side Shot, kills me, which now gives me a switch into my Mesprit. I think I go for the knockoff here. As he goes into his Decidueye, probably expecting me to go for rocks or the U-turn. Pretty aggressive play on his part. Didn't work out as well for him. But I knock off the left horse into quite a chunk. Like this is like probably like it's max HP Mesprit, but it doesn't seem to have too much defensive investment. So yeah, knockoff actually does 34 to 43% or something from the range he's at. So that would like if I calc his set correctly, so knockoff would kill again. Which means I have another free knockoff here to either kill the Decidueye or get to like knock off the Quillfish or the Licky Licky. I knock off the Licky Licky here, which is fine. On the next turn I can just U-turn out. I can't really touch this thing, and I can go into my Conkeldurr. Oh no, go into my Arcanine for whatever reason. That makes sense because Arcanine can potentially break it. But he goes for another knockoff, makes a smart play. He knows that I can't really touch him, and that I potentially probably don't have a Toxic or something. And he probably is like a Wish Protect Heal Bell set on this Licky Licky, so yeah, knockoff was definitely his best play. He gets a crit, which kind of sucks, but it's all good. Crit like forces me to save my Flare Blitz hits a little better, but yeah, nothing you can do. Knocks off my Choice Band, and now like I can 2-hit KO him with the close combat, but he can potentially Wish Protect stall me, which kind of sucks. So I decide to like go for the Wild Charge here, probably expecting Quillfish to potentially come in as he just pushes up. On his Protect, I go for the Flare Blitz to try to make him think I don't have the close combat, but he reveals to be a very, very fat blob here. The King running the nice low tier Licky Licky, which is just a pain to deal with. Like I fire off the close combat now, but yeah, nothing I can do. I decide to on his Protect, I decide to go into my Feeding and potentially defog this spike away, which is kind of annoying because I need my Snorlax at full health, if possible, so that I can take a combination of moves. I defog here as he like just wishes up again. I fire off a Moonblast here because I don't want to like give the Decidueye the free switch into the Wish, as he like goes for the knockoff on the next one, which is smart. I still start to fire off some attacks because like giving Lele a free switch in or Quillfish a free switch in could be like super annoying. And now he seems very adamant after like spam Moonblast and Hydro Pump a couple times. Seems very adamant about like going for damage, beating me 1v1, which is pretty easily done, obviously. So now I decide to start Carmining up. And it's still like he still like does not enough damage to a point where I'm afraid. And the +2 I actually 2-hit KO Quillfish if it's a max HP no split death variant. I go for the Hydro Pump now. As he Wish passes into Quillfish. I miss, but that doesn't matter. He gets his health back to full with the Quillfish anyway. Next time I go for the Moonblast, that's 54%. That's absolutely crazy. See, Poison Jab kills me. So Tapu Fini is down. Doesn't really matter. I wish I had my extra drill still. Like I should have probably sacked the Zard or the Mesprit earlier to the Lele, but yeah, what can you do? Probably not the Arcanine because it's the only thing that speed ties actually with the Tapu Lele, but had I gone into Mesprit on the Side Shot, I probably would have been in a better spot. So now Conkeldurr comes in again. No, Mesprit comes in. Why do I go for Mesprit? I should have, like, what I really should have done is going into Conkeldurr and fire off a Thunder Punch. It definitely like is a 2 KO to Lele at Oko's Quillfish from the range I was at, and like Mesprit can't really touch me. But like obviously like if he like just makes a smart play on my Conkeldurr, he goes into the Decidueye and sacks it, which doesn't do anything. Then he gets another kill with the Lele, I go into Arcanine, he goes into Quillfish. I have to predict that in order to win the game. I go down to my recall and then like Lele looks clean. So um, yeah, like wasn't like a good play to go into Arcanine because like the way how it would have played out was probably in his favor because it would guarantee Lele to get 2 kills, I think. So I try to bait the spike and just fire off the magic code, but he makes a smart play and goes back into his Licky Licky, which is still full, like showing me his tongue, like saying "fuck you, Aki VGC, you know nothing." But I set up my Roxy, which gets important chip off on Quillfish on the switch end as well as the Tapu Lele, and I get the U-turn into my Conkeldurr. The life of knockoff doesn't really matter too much. I still 2-hit everything on this team without the life orb, so it's kind of clean. Here I wanted to predict the Decidueye coming in pretty hard, but I felt like it was unnecessary. I don't need health on my Conkeldurr at all. Like, Lele kills me anyway, and the rest can't kill me, and I can potentially Drain Punch back on the Licky Licky. Only reason why like Drain Punch was a bad play was because I didn't want like him to get a Lele in for free, but um, Gypsy is a good player. He would never like risk his win con like that. So the Decidueye was a fine sack there. I could have predicted that, but it doesn't really matter because I don't need the health on my Conkeldurr. Because Quillfish still can't 2-hit KO or 3 KO me, and like Licky Licky can't touch me anyway. So now Lele comes in, same play as before, getting a nice kill here. Now he fires off the side kick, I think, and like I'm a careful Mesprit with max HP and like a solid chunk in Spadef, and think this side shock just as 45%, psychic just as 45%. I think that's crazy. Like Lele is a threat to deal with. Like I really under prep for it in my prep, but yeah, what can you do? Psychic 2 chaos me. Mesprit did its job. Like it knocked off some items, got up rocks. Now I go into Arcanine. He could win the game. No, he can't win the game right here because I still have Snorlax in the deck, and I know like this guy, he won't sack his Lele here on the speed side potentially. Like he has no reason to do that. He's 2 solid switches to Arcanine. I could have like predicted one of them. I think I predicted the Quillfish to come in, trying to like remove that. So yeah, but he sends out Licky Licky and like Wild Shot gets a crit. That doesn't really matter because if I'm banded Snorlax, I get the kill anyway, and if I go Conkeldurr here, I also kill with the Drain Punch, so the crit probably meaningless. And now here I think, oh boy, like I have 172 speed EVs on this Licky Licky, and I have the battleground. I'm like, dang, if Gypsy like, is it possible to sweep the king here? Like I think it looks amazing, right? Like I have the fast Snorlax here, the speediest Snorlax of all time with the belly drum on a mon that I can set up on that can't knock off my Yapapa Berry before I set up, and that will do like just 10% with the knockoff you turn after, or 5% because I consume my Yapapa Berry before it knocks me off. So I belly drum up and I'm like, ooh, do I have to game? Do I have to game? It goes into Quillfish, doesn't matter because I maximize my attack after the Intimidate anyway. And like I belly drum up, have the Yapapa Berry, and like now things look clean. Like I have him swept. Like Poison Jab into Psychic does not knock me out from full. If he has a Scald, he burns me, but I still kill everything on the squad, I think. And yeah, like Licky Licky doesn't outspeed me, so I can't get shit damage off on me. And like if I get the return off here on the Quillfish, I basically win the game. And this is the point where Gypsy is just like different than other people. He has the haze on the Quillfish. I don't get the kill with the return. Had I gotten the return kill here, I like invested a little bit more in attack on my Snorlax, I still had a chance to win the game because then it would have come down to 50-50s on a potential double or something. But yeah, I don't get the kill. And here's the haze. Definitely makes sense. Like I don't have a lot of setup mons, but a Tapu Fini that gets out of hand could have been like pretty powerful. Just like a Curse Legs or Belly Drum Legs, and yeah, the haze fucks me up. I was really crushed when I saw the haze, and now I know I lose the game. Sadly, like I felt I played the game really well earlier. I should have definitely kept my drill around it. He actually is the paint split set, so he can't touch my drill at all. And I'm like, yeah, fuck, the Lele wins from this point after he revealed the paint split. Had he just gone for the poison jab there and like maybe had like a different coverage move, I still could have had a chance with the Lele and Snorlax at near max health, but yeah, nothing I can do now. He just pain splits me into oblivion. Sets up a late game spike here that doesn't really matter unless I'm live or Payapa Berry on my Kong. And Lele now comes in and gets the final two kills. GG to my buddy Gypsy. I just go for protective for the fun zone. Told him in the chat like, let's see if I can get 14 of those, but I obviously won't try to go for that. Just like sack this Noxy, accept defeat to the king. Like very fun game, very good game to my opponent. Like Gypsy King, very hard to beat, but I felt like we both played this game really well. Like I got the early momentum with like 2 kills on 2 of his biggest threats to my Snorlax, and then like obviously he always gets a kill with Lele coming in. Specs Lele wasn't something I expected, but definitely makes sense because I don't have a faster mon that can revenge clit successfully. So definitely something I should have prepped for. Definitely something I will prep for when we like play again, which would be in finals if I make it. Like right now, I really have to like try to make playoffs first. Gypsy is still unbeaten, even Aki VGC the goat, as I sometimes call myself. um, can't can't stop the king from doing what he did. And yeah, Gypsy, my friend, good game to you. Haze broke my heart. I thought I had the belly drum Snorlax sweep versus the king. Like that would have been hype. Like I know some of my viewers would have appreciated that. I was like super. I was sitting here like thinking, oh man, do I have the Snorlax sweep? Like I felt like I set this sweep up so perfectly. Like had I had I sacked a different mon than Excadrill, I probably would have won the game on the Quillfish at some point. Force him to sack something on the substitute Excadrill. I could like easily SD up on the Licky Licky and win the game from there. But yeah, nothing you can do. Like it's still the king. He has the tricks up his sleeve for my drum Snorlax and breaks my heart with the Haze Quillfish. I'm 4-4 now in the ITL. I forgot to upload last like week 7. I played it like 2 weeks ago already versus my buddy Zamcro. It's on his channel. I lost the game in a close 0-1. Very fun match. Go definitely check this out on Zamcro's channel. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this match with Gypsy. I had a lot of fun during this battle, like just because it's always cool to play friends and like to play players that you know are playing, as you know, like play well all the time, that you can like predict to do some stuff they would do others wouldn't. Like versus an inferior opponent, I probably wouldn't have predicted like the Ice Punch or the Iron Head from the Coban. So it always is fun to like play guys that you like know well and try to outplay them. Like it's was one of the most fun games I had, even though I lost. Definitely, I hope definitely to play him again in finals. That would be hype. Maybe my legs will come through then, but we'll see about that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely go check out Gypsy. He's a great friend of mine. Um, and yeah, let's see if we can like get a rematch in the finals soon. But before that, we have to like win out. It's 5 weeks left in the ITL, so we try to like make playoffs, win our division. It's still a very close race. I'm positive that I will make the playoffs and try to like prevent Gypsy from taking over my own league. So hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and a comment if you did. Go check out Gypsy, really cool guy, and yeah, see you later.